everyone, it's Darby with rejoiceandcreate.com. Thanks for stopping by today. I'd like to share this project with you today, and I'm calling it my Love and Hugs holder because it was inspired by a gentleman at church who told me his mother's going through chemotherapy and she always gets a funny taste in her mouth from it, as well as her lips are getting chapped. So in this will fit a lip balm and a mini container of TicTacs, and you can get these 3 in a package at the Dollar Tree. Now you've seen these before, I know they're out there, but I sized it to fit my needs, and actually the way I sized it, you can get 4 of these from one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So I'm also calling it my RAC RAK, which is the Rejoice and Create Random Act of Kindness, because I made a few extras with the supplies that I had, and I'm handing them out to other people that I know have relatives or themselves undergoing chemotherapy as a little present to know, and I tuck a little prayer in there as well to know that we're with them. But it's also a good thing for if you have winter visitors, fall or winter visitors, because I live in the hot, humid South in Florida, and whenever I go up north, my lips get chapped, and I certainly would enjoy having a TicTac once in a while. So this would be a wonderful thing to give your overnight guests. Tuck it on the side of the table or on the pillow, and it's a wonderful thinking of you little gift. So anyway, let me show you how I made it. For the cardstock, you need a piece that is 2 inches by 10 5/8 of an inch. So 10 5/8 by 2 inches, and as I said, you can fit 4 of these from one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. For the DSP, you need a piece that's 2 inches by 6 inches. So if you can use a 6 by 6 pad as well, but I'm using from the Delightful Daisy 12 by 12. I had some pieces left over from another project. And for the sentiment, just a piece of Whisper White that you can fit the support ribbon stamp on, which is a wonderful stamp set for supporting many different causes. All right, let's get going. So let's go ahead and score our piece of cardstock, put the long side up, and we're going to score it at 5 5/8 of an inch. Pretty quick and simple. We'll go ahead and score the DSP now and put the long side up of the DSP as well, and we're going to score it at 1.5, 2 1/8, 4 1/8, and 4 3/4. Okay. And this goes together very quickly. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold this. I'm just going to go ahead and fold and burnish these score lines, making sure my paper is lined up straight. Okay. That's the DSP, and we'll go ahead and do the same for the cardstock. Okay, now to get the scallop top, of course, we are going to use the scallop tag topper punch. So go ahead and slide one end into the tag topper punch, and slide the other end in. I have so many uses for this punch. I'm so glad they kept it in the current annual catalog, and I hope it stays over too, because it's such a versatile punch to be using. All right, so what we're going to do is glue this as a wraparound holder for the bottom of the box. All right, so what I did first, I want to make sure that I know which way goes up, which way I want to have up, and I think, yeah, I like this side up. So we're going to go this side up, and I'm going to go ahead and get some Tombow. And I'll start with that center panel that'll be in the front. Okay, so on the side I want down, I'm going to snug it right down to that score line and center these first set of score lines on both sides. Oops. All right, so I make sure that I can fold over on both sides. All right, and I'll go ahead and put that down, press that down a bit. Hopefully I'm not gluing it to the paper. I do that a lot. All right. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put on the, we're going to skip the sides because we have nothing to glue that to, but on both of the ends of that DSP band. I'll go ahead and put some glue. And I want the longer side to go over the shorter side. So what I'm going to do is hold that up, and I'll pull this one so that score line will snug right against the side of the main part of the bag, and I'll press that right down. And I might need to adjust it up and down a little bit to make sure I'm flat. See, I'm kind of at an angle, so just make sure you adjust it so it's flat. All right, do the same thing with this side, and this side will just overlap on the other one. Make sure that that one score line should be pressing right against the side of the cardstock. And then go ahead and adjust it down or up a little bit to match your other side. Oops, and I'm sliding it all over. All right, then go ahead and use your bone folder to kind of press it down, make sure it stays. All right, we're going to put that aside for a second, and we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I'm using Wisteria Wonder because that's the color cardstock I used for this. And I'm going to stamp off. I wanted a light impression because I'm going to stamp a sentiment over the support ribbon. So I'm going to stamp off first so it's not a very dark impression. Let's see how that one looks. Yeah, see, that's pretty, nice and light. All right, and then I'm going to stamp with a Night of Navy because it is included in the DSP. I don't have any on this particular, there it is. But Night of Navy is one of the colors that coordinates with that. And I'll stamp the Sending Loves and Hugs to You from the Ribbon of Courage. And I'm going to stamp it right in the middle of the support ribbon. There we go. Looks good. Some days I actually line things up okay. All right. There is a framelit set that matches this, and it has some of the ribbon so you can cut it out, but because I stamped the sentiment over there, this would cut it out. The inside of the support ribbon will cut it out. So even though it has a wonderful framelit set that matches it, I'm going to cut that one out by hand. Do a little bit of fussy cutting. It's pretty straightforward, so. There we are. Now what I'm going to do is put some dimensionals on the back of that, and we'll put it on our package. And I want it to look like it was hanging right underneath the ribbon. And we'll take a piece of ribbon, which is about 8 inches or so. And as soon as we put in our TicTacs, so I have the berry TicTacs from the minis, and I have another lip balm, and there are some very soothing lip balms for people who are, having chapped lips from treatments and such. And I'll go ahead and rub this through, and we're going to tie a square knot over it. So turn it one way, and then we'll turn it the other way for a square knot. Certainly you could do a bow on it. I think it's a nice but a smaller gift, so I didn't want to overwhelm it with a bow, but you could certainly do one. There we go. Isn't that so sweet? It goes very quickly. You can make up a few of them, and certainly if you have people that you know who are undergoing chemotherapy or winter guests that are coming to stay with you, you want to leave them a little something on their nightstand or on their pillow. It makes up very quickly, and it makes a really sweet little present. So I hope you enjoyed my project today. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. It is encouraging for me to keep going. And you're welcome to stop by at rejoiceandcreate.com. And until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye.